Okay, today we're going to look at something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at compound inequalities. So this is a case where we take two or more inequalities and join them by the word and or. Okay? So basically we're, instead of working just one inequality by itself, we're looking at solving two or more and then looking where the solutions lie on the number line. Okay? All right, so let's look at first problem, and we're going to be working with the notes. So let's look at number one. We have x minus 4 is less than negative 7, or 2x is greater than or equal to 12. Okay, so we're going to work the first problem here. So we're going to add 4 to each side. Okay, so x is less than negative 3. And then on the other side, we're going to work it. We're going to isolate the variable and divide by 2. So x is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, and it's r. All right, so let's look at a number line. All right, when you're making your number line, look at the spread, the range of your numbers. We're going from negative 3 to positive 6. So let's do negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, so we're going to graph the first one here. X, all my solutions lie less than negative 3. All right, and it's going to be an open circle because it's not including the number negative 3. And it's everything less than, so it's going this way. All right, on the second one, we've got x is greater than or equal to, so we're including the number 6. So we're going to do a solid circle to indicate we're including that. And it says it's larger than, so it's going the other direction. Now when you have or, it's joined by the word or, they all have a tendency to graph the opposite direction. There are some exceptions, but most of the time, whenever you have the word or, you're going to graph the opposite direction. So that's a good thing to kind of check. If you see them go in the same direction or in together, then you know something's probably wrong with it. All right, so let's look at interval notation. Now we've got two separate problems, and our solutions are going the opposite direction. So we're going to have two separate interval notations, okay? So the first one, x is less than negative 3. If you look at our number line, we've got the negative 3 on the right, and everything else is to the left. We don't have any solid circles or equal to, so that means we're going to use parentheses. Okay, now we're going to put the negative 3 here to the right, okay, because it's kind of like our border, and everything's to the left, so it needs to be the furthest right. And then over here, it's including everything going the negative direction, infinity. Okay? All right, on this side, x is greater than or equal to, so that means a bracket, right? The number 6. All right, and then it goes for infinity, and we use parentheses. Okay, and if you notice how the interval notation copies the number line, you got 6, infinity, 6, infinity, 6, infinity. You've got negative 3, negative infinity, negative 3, negative infinity. Okay? So that's why I wouldn't put the negative. This would be wrong. Okay? This is wrong. You need to put it in the same order that it is on your number line. All right? Let's look at another problem. All right, let's look at number 4 on your notes. We have 7x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 0, or 4x plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 3. Okay? All right, let's solve the first one here. We're going to add 4 to both sides. And 7x is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. Now, this doesn't mean no solution. This is a number 0, just like 4 is a number, 0 is a number. So we're going to divide by 7. And we know 0 divided by anything is 0. All right, on the other side, we're going to subtract 5. So 4x is less than or equal to negative 8. And now divide by 4. So x is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, so we have our solutions there. Let's graph them on the number line. We're going from 0 to negative 2. So let's do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. All right, so let's graph this first. X is greater than or equal to 0. We have the R equal to solid lines, so that means I'm going to do a solid circle at 0. And it says all my solutions are bigger than 0, so we're going that way. The second one says all my solutions are less than or equal to negative 2. So solid circle at negative 2, because we're including the number negative 2, and everything less than. All right, so you notice how this one, it also is pointing the opposite directions because we have or. Okay, it's one or the other. My solutions can be in the green or it can be in the yellow, but it's not going to be in between. Okay, this negative 1, everything between negative 2 and 0, not including 0 and negative 2, but everything in between will not make these true. Okay, all right, let's look at another one. Let's look at number 5. Negative 3 times 2x plus 1 is less than negative 15, or 1 minus x is greater than or equal to 5. All right, so we need to distribute this first. Negative 6x, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, is less than negative 15. And then we're going to add 3. So negative 6x is less than negative 12. Divide by negative 6. So x is less than 2. All right. Over here, I'm going to put the word or down. We're going to subtract 1. The minus is going with the x, not the 1, okay? So we're going to subtract 1. So negative x is greater than or equal to 4. And put on the brake, back up. Did you notice something I did? Come back over here to the previous. My variable was being multiplied by negative. That means I have to reverse the sign. Okay? And when we graph that, we would have seen it. We'll show that a little bit later. I want to just kind of see that. All right, so I got a negative x, so that means I need to divide by negative 1. I'm dividing my variable by a negative, so I need to reverse that sign. Okay. All right, so let's do a number line. We got -4 to 2. So let's do -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got x is greater than 2. Open circle this way. Let me do this in a color. Open circle this way. And then the other one is x is less than -4. Open circle this way. Okay, they're going opposite directions. Now, can you see a while ago, if I had not caught that, we would have ended up with one going this way. Now, that wouldn't have been, that would have given you a flag there saying, something's wrong. You go back and you check, and you go, aha, should have flipped it there, okay? All right, so just to kind of let you know, this would kind of be a flag to let you know something's wrong if they're not pointed opposite direction. All right, anyway, said that a compound inequality is two or more inequalities joined by the word and or are. All right, so we've done or, so let's do and, okay? If you'll flip over to the other side. All right, let's look at number 6. We have 2, my pencil working. 2 is less than x plus 4 less than 9. You say, whoop, wait a minute. Looks different, doesn't it? All right. They just kind of compressed everything to make it shorter, a little kind of like shorthand here. Yeah, I don't know what shorthand is. That's from back in the old days. But, you know how you, when you're texting and you OMG, or oh my God, then this is kind of like doing OMG. You're just writing fewer things instead of writing out 2 problems, okay? All right, and the reason they can do that is because those 2 problems have some of it's the same, okay? So it's like this is a problem, and then this is a problem, okay? So we're going to work the green side first. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. So we get -2, so less than or equal to x. All right? Now we're going to work the blue side. We're subtracting 4 from both sides on it. So x is less than 5. Now, I don't need both those x's there, so I can just write -2 is less than or equal to x, which is also less than 5. Okay, I just kind of combine those down to that 1x. Okay, all right, so graphing on the number line. When you had the or, they went the opposite directions, so and they're going to turn in and face each other. I know it's a little different, right? So we're going in between the numbers -2 and -5, so we're going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay? So, -2. X is greater than or equal to. This is where you're going to have to make sure you know how to read an inequality. Since the x is at the back side of it, you have to think about it. It's not saying less than, it's saying that x, all my solutions, see here it sets a big side, so all my answers are bigger than or equal to -2. Okay? So here's -2, solid circle, and all my solutions are bigger than, so I'm going to point this way. Okay, but I'm not going to finish my arrow. I'm not going to go all the way out and put an arrow. We're going to hold up and wait. All right, so now we've got this problem, and it says that x is smaller than 5. So we're going to put an open circle, and point this way. All right? So what we're doing is we're saying that our solution is in between. It's in between and includes the number -2 all the way up to the number 5. Okay, so if I write that in interval notation, on this side I've got a closed circle, so on this side I'm going to put a bracket, and it's at -2. And then on this side I've got an open circle, so I'll put a parentheses at 5. So if they gave me this, I could graph it, because I could say it includes the number -2 all the way up to, but not including the number 5. Okay? All right, let's look at another. Let's see. Let's look at number 10. We have -2 is less than 2 times x minus 6, which is less than 4. Okay? Now, if that bugs you, if you're getting thrown off having that in there like that, you can make it 2 separate problems. -2 is less than 2 times x minus 6, and then you could say 2 times x minus 6 is less than or equal to 4. This is the oh my god, OMG, and this is the oh my god, it's written out. Okay? One is shortened and the other is written out. All right? It's 2 problems in one. All right, so let's work the first one. We're going to distribute. So 2x minus 12. We're going to add 12. So 10 is less than 2x. Divide by 2. 5 is less than x. Okay? And then on the other side, distribute. 2x minus 12 is less than or equal to 4. Add 12. 2x is less than or equal to 16. Divide by 2. So x is less than or equal to 8. Okay? So to write that in combination, these 2 x's come down here. All right? X, just bring your signs, less than or equal to 8, but it's greater than 5. So on the number line, between the numbers 5 and 8. 8, we have a solid circle. 5, we have an open circle. And it's everything in between. Okay? You say, well, you didn't write every point on the number line. You know, I know what a number line is. You know what a number line is. As long as you have these numbers, I'm good. Okay? As long as it's in the right direction and all that. All right, so this says that all my solutions are smaller than or equal to 8, so we include the number 8, and it's smaller than. But it also says that my solutions are bigger than 5. All right, so it's up to the number 5. So when we're writing my interval notation, on the left side we have an open circle, so it's parentheses 5. And on the right side I have a closed circle, so it's bracket 8. Okay? All right, now y'all know you don't have to turn these, complete these notes and turn them in. Just click turn in so that it will, won't show missing. Should I say that? Won't show missing. Sometimes I might ask you to turn the notes in just to see that you are doing them and going along the video with it. You can, remember, you can go back and watch this video over and over. You can slow it down, work the problem on the page with your notes. I've noticed that I can tell that a couple of you are slacking up and not watching your videos. Because like some of those word problems where it had consecutive numbers, tell some of you didn't have a clue what was going on, but you went ahead and tried. Okay? Make sure you watch and pay attention, work your notes with that video. Okay? Because we're going to start getting into harder stuff you haven't seen before. Okay? We're coming out of review a little bit, and then we'll add a little bit to what you know. Okay? So you got to watch those videos to see that. All right? You've got your HW, your homework. Make sure you do that and click turn in. Some of y'all are missing a few items. Make sure you have them in this week. All right? Thanks a lot.